Hello and welcome. So what's new in the Q1 Release 2 upgrade that we applied on the 11th of March? Got a few features in here, a little bit different to normal that we didn't do a pre-release. A lot of these features were behind the scenes and we've been testing extensively for a period of time. So let's go and have a look, see exactly what we've got in this What's New movie. So a couple of things in the Skills TX Planner. We've now included levels of responsibility that's got the same features as before, so we can allow the self-rated to be edited, and we've got the ability to print either a validated or a self-rated report. Picks up the latest version. A couple of changes really to cover upgrades in future. So we've got a ticker tape notice board on the login page to give you advance notice of upgrades or anything else that we feel is of use, and during the actual upgrade process we have the ability to close all of the consoles, admin planner and surveys with an appropriate message. I'll have a look at some screenshots shortly. In the admin console, one thing that we've needed to do for a period of time now that we're getting more users through the system is to apply some license management. Just changes the way that we approach things slightly. So when clients order a number of licenses, we enter that number in advance, and if they overshoot, we put an appropriate warning out. And probably the major feature in this release is the ability to edit jobs and roles. We do that in the Planner console. We launch it from the admin console. So we'll have a look at that as a live demo. Okay, so let's have a look at some screenshots. No need for us to drop into the planner for this. We've added levels of responsibility. It appears above the skills. All the same features as before. You've got validated and self-assessed, hover over descriptions, and the ability to load previous versions. We've also added this print option. It's available on both the validated and self-assessed skill profile. It actually generates the full report based on the current version. You can see there it drops a banner message that you can close down just to let you know that it's been requested. The delivery of that is the normal method. The report service generates the report and then emails to in this case, the person that's logged into the Planner console using their login email address. Okay, not much more to say about that. It's pretty straightforward. Can take a few minutes to deliver depending on load on the system, but it's usually there certainly within 5 minutes, that's for sure. So in the actual admin console itself, we've now got this ticker tape banner that sits above the login. Totally configurable from Skills TX admin people, so we can drop messages in there as required. More often than not, it will be advice of an upcoming release, but it could be hints and tips or anything else that we choose. We also have the ability in all of the consoles, so that's the admin, surveys and the planner, depending on what the upgrade actually is, so we can close that down for the period of time of the upgrade and again put out a configurable message. Normally it would be this format advising when the service is likely to return. Okay, so obviously if you see that message, you know that we are doing some maintenance on the system. We obviously try and schedule that in advance around weekends, and as I said, we'll be using the ticker tape to advise prior to that actually happening. Okay, licenses, as I said, we've needed to upgrade this for a while as we're seeing more traffic go through and renewals. It sits in the area where you assign self-assessments, because that's really where it matters. It's only a warning, and as you can see, we provide the opportunity to override it, but by doing that, either the reseller or the client is acknowledging that they've now used all the purchase licenses and therefore additional costs are likely to be incurred. Particularly useful in free trials where the limit is set at 10, so if they do overshoot that, we can advise accordingly. It's against each assessment, so it's quite flexible. and by default it will pick up unlimited, and then I said we can apply it subsequently in order to keep people advised of additional costs. Okay, and the major feature in this particular release is the ability to edit jobs or roles. That's after you've created them in the normal manner, either via the expert survey or a standard survey. So the good thing about this is you can be a little less accurate during that survey process, because once you've created the job or the role, you've got the ability to edit, and you can see from this screen here it's accessed from the job role management in the admin console. The hidden column is as before, whether or not it's made visible to people in the planner, and then over on the right hand side you can see the actual edit option. So let's have a quick look at that. It's fairly intuitive once we get into it, so we'll just go into the admin console, which we can see here. I've got a number of jobs and roles here, so if I just pick the one that I want to edit, in this case project manager, it's now launched another tab in my browser, and the good thing here is once I've actually launched this, I've actually got access to all of the other jobs and roles within this particular assessment. So very similar to the individual planner console. Obviously we don't have the profile information at the top, but we've got levels of responsibility, and I've got the option, we'll have a look at that, to edit. So if I need to change it, I just click the edit button, I select that I now want level 4, not level 3, save the changes. It's advised me that I've got one pending and I can work through and update them accordingly. Hit the save button, and that will then create new levels of responsibility for the project manager role. There we have it. Exactly the same feature for the skills. Click the edit button, can now edit against any of the skills if I want to add or remove any. I can show it in compact mode as well, same as the planner. And over here on the right, a little bit of terminology change. We've gone from mandatory to required. Desirable remains the same. So solid box is required. Desirable is diagonal shaded box. Not surprisingly, I can flick across from here and go into any of the jobs and roles that's I say available within this assessment. So that's it. It's worth bearing in mind that within the system, certainly within analytics and reporting, that will always pick up the latest version. So if you do create a new version of a job or role and then go and print that, the print will actually reflect that latest version. The calculations around matching, candidate match, job match, etc. in the reporting will also pick up the latest version. So that's pretty much it for this release. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, paul.collins@skillstx.com, and look forward to sharing what's new in the very near future.